recording. I'm recording. Ah! Okay, where's my thing? Where's my thing? I know it's not on screen. I know it's not on screen. Give me like 2 seconds. Okay, there we go. Hello and welcome to NOD-KRAI. It's like 7 in the morning. What the hell? What are we doing? I just woke up. Oh my god. Okay, we're talking about NOD-KRAI. Hi, friends and gamers. Good morning. We are reacting to behind the scenes of Genshin Impact. Let's start with NOD-KRAI. This was announced literally like less than 12 hours ago. Yes, two directions. What are we doing? I just got up, by the way. I almost overslept it. I literally got up 3 minutes ago. Okay. I have meds to take. Okay. What's not right? I've always thought something's not right about Tafat. What are we doing? Too many loose threads. Ooh, interesting. I do think it's funny that they just like, this is like a normal jacket that they just slapped a logo on top of. That's clever. This is so clever. Pace was too fast. Wait, there's things we missed? I mean, yeah, I guess there has been. They put a lot of stuff, like, because we've always done the reading exercises, right? Forget the player's perspective. Interesting. It feels like they almost know, like, do this purposely, maybe? I don't even know. I've been up for like 5 minutes. Bring those loose threads. Ooh, I love bringing loose threads together. Yes. Yes. Return the stars to the rightful position. Ooh, because the stars would be Ether and Lumine. They're little stars. I'm so tired. But they literally said they want to tidy up the game with like the loose threads and stuff, right? They've already been doing that. We had that one event that like we did like the recaps with all the characters we ran around in the Traveler Tales, Tafat Tales. Oh, DC Comics. No, I'm not. I'm not familiar with DC Comics. My bad. Is this prior reading we have to do? I don't think so. There are similar cases. Zong! They also mentioned Night City, which is cyberpunk. Arcane reference. Arcane mentioned. Yo, am I gonna have a hot second to take my meds, please? Wait, what are we doing instead of nations? The factions. I like that we're using the moon, I guess. I need a cough. I just woke up. Oh my god. Changing the way our new versions are named? After 5.8. What do you mean how they're what are we talking about? I'm curious when they came up with the Song of the Welcome Moon NOD-KRAI stuff, because they're laying it out like it's been a plan the whole time. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like this was a more recent development. Also, I feel like I've gotten no information yet. It's been 5 minutes. I've only been recording for 4, but it's been 5 minutes. We can use familiar content. Okay. I guess this is behind the scenes, so we weren't getting a huge lore drop today or anything, but still. Give me something to work with. The moon. The moon. I love the moon. Many things that don't seem to be related, but they are. They are related. Because that's the thing with Genshin. There'll be similar things. There'll be similar things going on in different nations under different names. So this doesn't surprise me. Not the web event. I thought we were getting a web event update today, guys. This is not the web event. Oh, the special program. That's what they have in the jacket, right? Genshin Impact is live, guys. I got the Twitch notification. Oh my gosh. I mean, none of this is necessarily new info, but I guess to some players it might be. I'm just annoying and love lore. And the moon. Because none of this is necessarily new info yet. But it is the behind the scenes. How the story will unfold is what we're talking about now. So much to butt heads, other ones don't work together. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense for any game that focuses heavily on so many like warring factions, essentially. They're not even really warring, essentially. NOD-KRAI is what we're looking forward to. Who will you meet? We already kind of went over that. The reason why there's so many factions is probably because they do want to tie up these loose threads. So like, okay, anyone we haven't talked about enough, we need to now pull them into NOD-KRAI. So the Hexen Circle, bring them in. The Fatui members we haven't talked about yet, bring them all in. Which I guess, like, it works, but... Mika... Varka? What if they just drop... This was the event where we talk about Varka, and Varka gave us a letter. That was an event, right? I think so. Varka makes a... No, he doesn't make a surprise appearance. He just shows up on the Dodoko communicator thing. So we don't actually see him. Characters whose names make people worry. Oh gosh. I need to get caught up with the main story, okay? I don't know about what maevely tells us. The Great Conspiracy in NOD-KRAI. Are we gonna get a conspiracy board? We already got one in the special program. Frostmoon, are Frostmoon Scions, you know, because there's like the Fae is actually like in the game. Like there's the Fae are actually there. Certain elements from Celtic mythology. Okay, so maybe it is the Fae. Oh no, they're druids. Okay, we can trust the Frostmoon Scions probably. Probably. Maybe. Maybe not. Followers of the Frostmoon Scions can use magic. Well, yeah, it's Genshin Impact. Everyone can. Of course you can use magic. It came for free with your vision. Dragon's Fine! In Surumi Island, but Dragon's Fine! Because I don't think the Frostmoon Scions have been mentioned before, but it sounds like they know that they haven't been mentioned before, but that's been foreshadowed. Fatui want to steal the power of the moon. Okay, awesome. Awesome, that's great. Yeah, the Voynich Guild is the merchant guild. That's fine. That's totally fine. They're just gonna be there. Ooh, wait, this like concept art for Nasha Town? You can tell they got inspiration from things like Zon and like League of Legends Undercity. Wow, that's awesome. No, you can tell they got inspiration from like Arcane, League, that, because even they got inspiration for Anaxa's trailer in Star Rail from Jinx, like animations for Jinx. So that's not confirmed, but it's kind of like someone compared it, and it's like, yeah, that's the exact thing. Yeah. The Edge of Tavat. I've made jokes about flat earthers and Tavat before. I feel like it might come back. Because it says the Edge of Tavat. So I don't know if we're on a globe, but if that's the case, that would open up a world of possibilities for a part 2 of Genshin, because hey, surprise, you are on a globe. There's more places. Wait, what came from Norse folk legend? Army of ghosts or supernatural hunters. What? Were they? Oh, the Wild Hunt. Yeah, that is Norse mythology. Not the Fae. Yeah, the Wild Hunt is 200% mythology. That comes up in so many things, not just Norse mythology, but other things as well. Oh, they use Rift Hunt. Interesting. Because I've read quite a few books that mention things like the Wild Hunt and use it as like a thing in the book. Exists since ancient time. Ooh, Lightkeepers. This isn't the first time we mentioned their name. Interesting. Okay, they dropped him in 5.5. Interesting. Okay, so that was... This is probably one of the only ones they've specifically mentioned having like one of the newer factions that has ties somewhere else in the game. Because obviously the Fatui. Oh yeah, the Fatui have like ties to other parts of the game, obviously, but they've been around the whole time. So they go like the Hexen Circle. But they're only really talking about the factions that have had like a graphic dropped for them so far. You know? We're getting a little bit of information now, though. So at least since 5.5, they've been trying to tie the story together, but I feel like this has been an ongoing thing for years at this point. Real world archetypes that can encompass the design of this region. They say no. Fiction is definitely there. I can already see things pulling from fiction. People is the main theme. Ooh, that could be fun. What are we observing? People as actors on a stage. I think that's cool for multiple reasons. Ooh. What sort of NPC is this? Ooh! Look at this! That's wild. Oh my god. With the... Whoa, look at the head! That's so cool. So I guess NOD-KRAI is not the same as Shiznai, because Shiznai does have real-world influence, as all the other nations in Teyvat do. So I guess NOD-KRAI is like a in-between. Talking about Nordic countries now? Yeah. Because that was going to come up for sure in Shiznai, probably. Iceland is very pretty. Oh, we're talking about other games. Not Warcraft, no. Oh, that's... Oh. I don't know what I should have expected a Warcraft drop. Should have expected them to bring up WoW today. I think they're... Ooh, you can see the concept art. Oh, we got decaying ruins. Thank God. This should be interesting. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Okay. I think so far it looks good, even though we've seen more of the technological advancement, which I think is a thing I've said before because I had gripes about Natlin being so Xenoblade Mention, and Final Fantasy, but Xenoblade Mention. What are we talking about? I got distracted. I got so distracted. I forget what we're talking about now. Hold on, let me think. It's gone. The thought's gone. It's totally gone. Oh, Natlin. I had gripes of it being so technologically advanced. Ooh, they have their own statue of the Sevens, essentially. Because they worship the moon goddess, not... Are they using for size? Who's up there for scale? But they worship the moon goddess, not the archons. So they have entirely different statues that do look very technologically advanced. But I had issues with Natlin being so what's the word? Technologically advanced. But I've been like, okay, well, Samira was getting up there. Fontaine was a little bit more up there. Natlan's really up there with technological advancement. So maybe that's just like a thing that's been happening in the background of Develop, but it's going very quickly that we're getting these technological advancements. And it feels like they might be bringing that up right now. Over the past 5 years, there's different sides of Develop, yes. Yes. So with the technology, so has it been evolving over the last 5 years? And that's just literally we've been seeing this in real time in Genshin. I think maybe, because they bring it up here, they acknowledge it. So NOD-KRAI naturally has more advanced technology. I don't know, Natlan was pretty modern. But it feels like they're directly acknowledging the fact that Natlan was very... Yes, it was jarring, yes. I think they're acknowledging one of my main, lasting gripes about Natlan. Is there anything you'd like to share? Yeah, I think they actually directly acknowledge that. Okay. I'll give you that one, HoYoVerse. The future is a broad term. Wait, are we getting part 2? Are they going to drop that right now? Probably not, right? We have to finish part 1 first, but I mean, I just need to know if there's going to be something after. I need to know if we're getting more stuff. Develop is not flat. I'm just like, I don't want to say anything because we're talking about the future. I do like that they directly mentioned the technological advancement thing though, because I didn't love that at first, and then I was like, okay, maybe it's supposed to be that way. And yeah. Oh, they went to the PlayStation thing. Good for them. Aww. Wholesome. From Soft mentioned. God. Another Final Fantasy mention. Oh my god, they had it wasn't even their photo, it was from Sony. They had that on the bottom of the screen. I do think it seems like that could have been like a turning point for the devs. The Sony thing. It's not a very Canadian. I'm not even Canadian. This is very wholesome. But also I'm still on the edge of my seat for like part 2 question. We haven't even finished part 1. I'm not even caught up part 1 and I'm like, part 2 question mark? I think I would want a part 2 from Genshin. Like what they did with Honkai. I think I'd want that. I think even if part 1 bombs at the end, I think I'd want that. Hey, even if you've not done everything you could possibly do, we could have part 2! I'm already gunning for them to do to pull Honkai. I'm already gunning for that. It does make me excited that it seems like they do want to take the end of Genshin in a very unique direction. So it won't just be like, you know how Penacony, I'm not done with Penacony, but everything I've heard is like it ends with like, it was all a dream or something like that. And I don't love that ending, but it seems like they want to do something a lot more unique for Genshin. Oh. Okay, Traveler's Tales. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Also, I'm seeing characters I did not meet with and could not find for my life. Quest design is interesting. Yeah, no, quest design I feel like is fine. I actually think Genshin has had the most consistently good quest design in any of the HoYoVerse games, quite frankly, because both Honkai games have switched it up before, and I think Genshin's pretty consistent. Overscaled main storyline? Interesting. Untouchable sacred traditions. Okay. I guess they have been weaving them into world exploration with the Natlan thing. I like pure narration though.
做到更加生动。
你比如说，直登人跟狂猎，对吧？他们是对手。
Well, the Lightkeepers and the Wild Hunt do seem like they'd be enemies in a way.
讲纳夏镇的灭文馆，那灭文馆
Curatorium.
情
What?
报收
Ooh.
集的工作很有一套。那这个情报
Interesting.
收集工作有没有办法从可玩的内容里去呈现他们对情报的这种掌控力？
It does seem like they put a lot of thought into this, though. Because I know some people have had differing opinions on Natlet, and honestly, it's making me think maybe those differing opinions come from the fact that they spent more time going into the end of the game.
那我觉得就是原神这个团队到今天为止，
Which doesn't surprise me, because it seems like they put a lot of thought into this.
以一个符合我们预期的品质把它踏实落地的。那我觉得原神这个团队
I think Natlet, not Natlet, oh my god. I think this will be good. But it's also making me think, they have not mentioned Snezhnaya once. The Farida plushie. Like, they've not mentioned it once, so it's making me think,
就和诺德卡莱的设计思路是一样的。
like,
人才是
do we think NOD-KRAI is going to be its whole own, like,
建的原动力。
section
只要
here?
我们团队的小伙伴
Because we've not mentioned Snezhnaya yet, so maybe they're extending out from the main story.
没有做过
Like, they're that timeline we got, like, 5 years ago, maybe they're extending that out.
这就是原神
I don't think I'd be upset by that.
坚持的 something new, something exciting, something out of imagination。
Hello, English.
我们有信心，
Wasn't expecting that.
必然可以在未来持续给玩家带来新的惊喜。
I mean, it would be surprised if we entirely had like a cut from that initial timeline. And I'm losing my voice because it's too early in the morning. Is that it? Is this? I don't know if they've posted this code yet, but they posted a bunch of codes last day. I haven't put them in yet. I plan on putting them in at work because they're valid until May 3rd. So I just plan on putting them in when I'm at work today. Because I do have to get ready for work immediately when this finishes. Oh, wait, I can take my meds now. Good timing. Ah. My tracking is actually picked that up. Okay. I can't get the lid back on. Let me just look at it. Hold on. This is it over or is it over? 20-minute video. 23-minute video. I think it might be over. Unsure. I don't trust it. It's HoYoverse. They put things at the end all the time. But it has been a while. It's fine. I don't have to technically start getting rid. Oh, there it is. So that was. Let's start with NOD-KRAI. I feel like we didn't get a ton of new stuff, but we did get some new stuff, and it makes me excited. Like that one shot of, I think it was. Oh, I don't think it was the Wild Hunt, but they had a shot of like a concept art. And it was the one that was giving Zon. It was so cool. Because I feel like we sort of got that kind of vibe with the like quote unquote undercity portion of Fontaine. So I'm excited. Let's get our Welcome Moon graphic up so we can finish. I think I am just gonna cut this video, or I'll just put the code here. This should go up before the 3rd, but I'm also honestly not sure. But yeah, we didn't get a ton of new info, and I do have to get ready for work, so I'm gonna let this one be. But I mean, I'm excited, but I feel like there's still not enough information to like go off of here. I definitely think they put a lot of thought into NOD-KRAI. I kind of am standing by the theory that NOD-KRAI might entirely switch up the schedule we're used to, because usually it's in the fall every year we get our new nation after getting a summer event in like July, August. Like that has been the Genshin Impact schedule for the past like 4 years. Like the game launched in September, so we didn't get that. Like that was like the game launched into September, so that was like our fall update. Our new nation was Mondstadt and Lua that year. Like since the beginning of the game, it's been that schedule. So I'm curious if seems like they might be switching it up. I wonder if we'll get a summer event this year. I hope we do, because it's kind of tradition, but it seems like maybe after like this upcoming patch, we have the trial, then we make it our summer event, and then we are probably going to end up going to NOD-KRAI instead of Snezhnaya, obviously. But I'm curious how long the patches in NOD-KRAI will last, how long that chunk of the story is going to last, because this was not on the initial timeline we got at the, like I said, 5 years ago, essentially. That was not on there. It went straight to Snezhnaya. So it makes me think maybe NOD-KRAI was, I don't know if it's them trying to extend out the story, but I think, honestly, truly, I think Genshin could do with an extension of the story to wrap certain things up. Like that's even what they said. And maybe they realized like there's a lot of loose ends we've introduced over the years, a lot of things that we need to kind of connect. Let's just insert this NOD-KRAI arc to do that, so that when we get to Snezhnaya, we can explore that world a little bit more. We can finish up I'm assuming the Fatui are just here as a formality in NOD-KRAI. I'm assuming they will fully be wrapped up, because there's Fatui members we have not met at all. Like, we've only met maybe like less than half of the Fatui, quite frankly. So I feel like they're dropping the Fatui in here as well to have us be introduced to those Fatui members we have not yet met, because there's a lot of them, as well as the ones we know and love, because they don't, even characters like Arlecchino could have had more screen time, you know? I'm curious to see the dynamic of the Fatui post forgetting of Wanderer Scaramouche, because he deleted himself from Irminsul and then didn't. He hit the backspace button. So I'm curious about that dynamic with them, but it seems like this has been plopped in to explain a lot of things that have yet to be explained. And I feel like that is actually necessary with the amount of lore we've gotten over the years of Genshin. There's a lot of things that have not been explained, and this is coming from somebody who actually does enjoy and listen to the lore. And I know there's other people who just skip everything. So like, this is probably helpful. But it does make me curious what that schedule is going to look like, because I think everyone was kind of set on like this time next year, Genshin in general is going to be done this time next year, because we'll have gotten, like how we just finished Natlan, we'll have just finished the entire game. I was always kind of under the impression that we would get like a final couple of patches in Celestia, at least one, kind of defeating the gods or something like that. I don't think that's exactly what will end up happening, but something like that. So I always kind of assumed we'd get a little bit more, but it seems like we might be going all the way, even with the addition of NOD-KRAI, we might be going all the way to 2027 with the end of the game, not 2026. So part 2 question mark. I can't give Genshin Impact up. I cannot give this little game up, okay? I'm curious to see where we go though. I'm probably gonna be thinking about this all day, and if I think of anything substantial, I'll add it on to the end of this video before it goes up, but I probably will be too lazy to. Anyways, that's it for this video. I have to go to work. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more, and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. I will have this video linked down below so you can check it out without me yapping over it if you would like. Remember to put in your codes if it's not the 3rd yet, and I will see you all in my next video. I hope everyone's having a super lovely day. Also, well, I forgot my outro because it's 7:30 in the morning. Bye, guys!